And welcome to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast where two brothers hang out, geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider related, or at least the seasons we've watched so far. I'm your host, superjollymac, joined by my brother and co-host DonTheVan. So let's dive into all the Toku and anime chaos we love. Grab your drivers, your belts, and cue the theme songs, and let's get into it. How you feeling, buddy?
I feel good. It's been very, very cold.
Yeah, it's really cold here, bro. I'm not like really, really cold.
I know you guys got snow.
Yeah, we got a lot of snow, and then it's really cold.
How much snow did you guys end up getting?
I want to say that we have, I don't know, probably like a foot, over a foot, 18 inches maybe. I don't know.
It's a lot.
I cleared it out, and we still have the drifts that are pretty high, and it's probably compacted a lot too. But we got a lot of snow. It was supposed to snow this weekend, but we didn't get any.
Yeah, same here. Well, I think we got a light dusting. It didn't stick or anything like that, but
yeah, I think there was a little on the car when I woke up, but it was melted by the time I got out there.
Yeah, thankfully. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, it's been good. It's been pretty cool. Just chilling. Ready to go into another week. Yeah, anything cool happen outside of our regular stuff?
No, I don't think so. It's been pretty much watching, trying to keep track of everything, get ready. Burning through. January seemed like it took forever, but I'm ready. New month. Let's go.
I know, same. I feel it.
Let's go ahead and get into it. As if we have any watchers, you might notice that the lag hopefully is taken care of this episode. Figured out some stuff on my end to hopefully keep myself from freezing and keep the images going strong. Unfortunately, that screwed up my sound, so I couldn't hear for a while. So we were fixing that for a little bit, but
yeah.
So
it is running smooth.
Yeah, slowly we're improving bit by bit. So next session, hopefully I have some better headphones. I can figure out some other stuff. And actually this might help us help me be able to show you things in real time so I don't have to do it in post, which will hopefully lead to less video editing on my end, which is always fun.
And less me having to use my imagination to figure it out.
Yeah. So we'll get to that. But let's kick it off with, what have you been playing? You been playing anything?
I played, well, outside of Arc Raiders, I played Resident Evil 3. I played it in one sitting. It didn't really take that long. It took like maybe 6 hours. So I just kind of sat down on a Saturday and played the whole thing. I had time. I didn't have nothing planned for the day, so yeah. And then 9's coming out, and I was like, you know what? Let me get back into the channel. Let me get into 3. So yep. So I've been playing that. I'm probably gonna make that one video. So that's gonna be a really, really long one on the channel. So hope people like it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's it. I'm looking at next games. I'm trying to see how much Resident Evil 4 is, and also Final Fantasy 1 through 6 bundle and the Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3 remakes. So we're gonna see what happens next.
Yeah. I haven't been playing much game wise. I played some 14. They released a new update that has the Arcadia, I think that's the name of the tournament center they have in the game. We'll get into a little bit more of that in the music section, but went through that. Actually, no, that was already related. What they just released was the next stage of the Relic Weapon quest. Um, so I opened up the quest and I'm slowly trying to grind through it. It's probably going to take me a bit because I haven't been able to sit down and really get through it. But had a little bit of extra stuff on my job list this week, like clearing snow and trying to catch up with everything. But yeah,
I'll do it.
hopefully next session I want to beat Ghost and then try to finish my relic weapon quest. But that's my goal, at least.
Dude, the relic weapon quests just seem like they take so long. Like I remember when 14 was like first out and they had maybe their first DLC or expansion. Still back then, they just took so long. Like I don't think I even got one of mine.
Yeah, but I think with every iteration they've tried new things, and some of them are a little bit better, some of them are a little bit worse.
Yeah.
But you do it for the glam. The real end game is the glam.
Yeah. Wait, so do you still use your relic weapons from the previous expansions?
Just for the glam.
Just the appearance?
Yeah. Okay. But the new one is probably my highest level right now. Yeah, probably for another couple weeks, it'll probably stay my highest level weapon.
Yeah.
And then after that, it gets outpaced, but usually they look pretty good. So you just glam your whatever weapon you're actually using with that.
Yeah.
But currently it is, if you're doing it current, then it stays your highest weapon for a little bit at least.
Okay. Hey, all I'm gonna say is you might see me. You might see me on the servers of 14 again. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about doing live streaming and just doing that. Just live streaming one game that's like continuous, like just keeps going. And I'm thinking about that one. So we'll see. You might see me again.
Okay.
You might see the good old Rastafarian. Or I might make a new character. I actually just might make a new one.
Yeah.
I think I outgrew that name. That was kind of a spur of the moment name because I was trying to get in there really quick to play with you guys.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to do. Those names, having to do like two names, it can be hard to come up with something good. But
yeah. We'll see. Hopefully my name is in there. My regular name, DonTheVan, because that'll make it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I just don't know. Wait, so do you know this? If you play it on the PlayStation, can you play it on PC? Like switch your character over? Like
yeah, you just log in on PC. It's just you have to buy the game twice.
Got you. Okay.
So if you have the license, you can play it wherever you want. Same character. You just have one login, and then that logs in wherever you have the game bought.
And that might happen. They made the game free actually, and you have to buy the DLC.
Like the main game?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. It's been free a couple times. Even some of the DLC has been free. Like if you catch it at this right time, like I think I may have gotten it on PlayStation for free, but it's only like a certain expansion, so you can only go certain places.
I see. The starter edition is free.
I think you still need the subscription.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do have a free version, but you can only do certain things. You can't really get too in depth with it.
Yeah. I might have to try it. They have I'm looking at it on the PlayStation Store. I might have to get into it. You might see me again. Apparently, I have it on the 5. So
yeah, you probably have the base game.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else, but I'll look at it. But yeah, okay. Then I might get back into it. Don't be surprised. You might see it.
Well, let's keep it moving. You been listening to anything before I do my unload?
Listening, not entirely. I know Don Toliver dropped a new album. I started listening to that a little bit, but that's about it. I like it. He's always been sonically different, so I really appreciate the the forward thinking he takes with his Sonics. Like it's, I wouldn't say it's a you never know what to expect type of thing, but it's always like a that's creative. Like it always produces that feeling, and so I always enjoyed his projects. So that's about it though. I'm waiting on J. Cole on the 6th.
I did listen to the that track, the mixtape.
Oh yeah, the like birthday something.
Yeah.
Or yeah. I listened to that too. Actually, I listened to that and then the single he put out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it.
And I can't wait. I'm excited. I want him to talk. I want him to speak. I want him to rap.
We'll see.
Waited 2 years.
2 years? More than 2 years.
Yeah. Nah, because he put out that one project right before the beef started with Drake and Kendrick, and then like he like took a song off and like apologized for his diss and everything like that. But he did put out a project, a mixtape.
Yeah, but it was never what's the name of the album?
Yeah, the Fall Off.
The Fall Off. It was never the Fall Off has been what, like a decade making? When did he?
I mean, yeah, the Fall Off's been a decade, but I'm saying since he last put something out or did something.
Sure.
It's been about 2 years. We've been waiting for he's been silent in radio silence. So I'm excited. It sounds like he's been working. So
yeah.
I'm excited.
So I did listen to that, and I did like it. I like J. Cole. He's nice. But with Final Fantasy, there's 4 fights in the last update for the Arcadian, and 2 of those have really nice tracks that I like.
Okay.
First is Everything Burns, which was kind of like the main track they were pushing with the release of the Arcadian fight. It was like, this is going to be the song, and it is the song. It's pretty nice. Rock theme. It's epic. No spoilers because it's pretty epic when you get into the game, but it's a nice song. And then there's Sinister, which is like the first fight of the last stage of fights, and I like that one too. It reminds me of what's the song in K-pop Demon Hunter? The song, in my opinion.
Oh,
no spoilers.
Golden?
No. Idol.
Oh, Idol. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
The one with the guy sing.
Yeah, it's got the little choir in the back. Like it kind of reminds me of that. Sinister reminds me of that. Yeah. It's got a lot of those vibes, but I like it. It reminds me of another song that they had last expansion in the fight too. It's like a mashup of those 2 things, and I like it. Those are my 2 songs for the thing. Really good.
Okay. Nice.
Let's see. Other than that, from the new anime season, I've really liked Oshinoko's opening and ending, but the opening is fire. Test Me by Chan Mina, I think.
Okay.
It's got a really good vibe. I love Oshinoko's openings. They've been on and on and on and on. Like they've hit with all of them. Endings too. Endings have been really good too. The ending for this one is Serenade by Neitori. And I really like Neitori, but this song is kind of like meh. It's good, but it's not like S tier. And it might just be because everything else in Oshinoko has been like top tier.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite Neitori song, but it's really good. I like it too. Let's see. What else? Omote by Yuki Chiba is this random song that I came across. It's got a crazy music video. It's a kind of rap song. And his lyrics are pretty funny. The video is funny too. So if you listen to the song and watch the video, it's pretty good. I like it. And then this wasn't going to be on the list, but I heard it just before we started, and it's called Tokyo Drift. So there was this track from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. I forget the name of it, but you know what?
The Teriyaki Boys?
Yeah, Teriyaki Boys. With the ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Somebody sampled that. And I guess it makes sense because that would be old by now, right? But somebody sampled it.
Yeah.
It's called Tokyo Drift 1 or 8. It's not bad. I've only heard it once, but it was pretty good.
Wait, who's that by?
The new one?
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift by 1 or 8. It's like spelled out 1 or 8. I've never heard of them. I heard the song come on. I was like, okay, it's that song. And then I kept listening. I was like, wait, that's not that's not the Teriyaki Boys. What did they do? They just sampled it? Okay. But it was pretty good. I liked it.
I was gonna say the Tokyo Drift song has been sampled so many times, like it's not even funny. But okay, I'm gonna have to check that out because I love that song. That song is top tier in my opinion.
It might be old. It's just that I don't know how they did it. That first opening little bit, yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's a song from 2026. I see it.
Okay, so it is kind of old, but that's the first time I heard it.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna hear an update on that next time.
Yeah, but it was pretty good. I liked it. I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spy Family opening, I like. I forget who sings that one.
Yeah.
I was kind of down on it when I started, but it's gotten there.
It grew on you?
Yeah, it's grown on me, but it's not like way up there, but it's still good. I like it.
I will say the same thing about the JJK opening because I remember I said I didn't like it.
Oh, okay, the new one. Okay. Okay.
No, yeah. The first season.
Yeah, first season or opening 2. Opening. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 1.2. I mean, I like it, but I know why I don't like it. If that makes any sense. Like I like it. And I'm like, oh, this actually is really good, but I know why I don't like it.
The song?
Yes.
Why?
It's not mixed well.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was good.
Like when I listened to it, like I was like, oh no, this actually is a banger of a song. But when I listened, I was like, but the guitars are way too upfront in your face, and like the vocals and the drums are like further back. And then also with the guitar, it's like more. I don't know the correct term for it, but it's missing like body. So I just think it was mixed a little. It was weird. Like if it had some slight tweaks and brought the guitars back and everything like that, it actually would have hit like really hard. But
have you listened to
it didn't.
Have you listened to like the full version?
No, I haven't listened to it outside of the show. Do you know what it's called?
Not off the top of my head. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever listened to the full version of it either. I like the opening, but I can get what you're saying. I've listened to a lot of tracks after the fact, and like the full versions are usually mixed a lot better, and I kind of like hearing all of the like you can hear a lot more from the track.
Yeah,
but
it's clear. Yeah,
I still think it's a banger. I like it. I like it better than the first one. I think it's probably it might be my favorite JJK opening, but we'll keep it going.
That's controversial.
We'll see.
in my opinion. That first one is untouched.
The first one's good, but I think I like this one better.
All right, cool.
But
we might have to do a ranking system where we play the songs and like move them around, like the S tier to A tier to all the way to like F tier or something. You know how they do the charts like that.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that at the end of the year. We'll figure it out.
You gotta move
or keep it up. We'll probably do like a recap. Oh, I have an idea. We'll get to it at the end of the season. But yeah, that's gonna be probably the new drop. But we could probably add that to what to do during it.
Yeah. All right.
But speaking about JJK, you been watching anything?
Yeah, actually. I watched I say it wrong. Freyan?
Freerun?
Yeah, Freerun. I watched that. I watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't had time to watch more, but man, that show was good. I watched the first season. I mean, I like it. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is so good. They almost made me cry, man. My dude Himmel the hero. I said, oh no. I said, how did they do that? He was only on screen for like 2 minutes. I said, how, man? But yeah, nah, that was great. I was like, this is how you need to write characters, because that was impactful. I said, dang, and I mean, he still talked about like throughout the episode. They have flashbacks and stuff, but it just hit different, man. I said that's a strong start.
Frieren is very, very, very special.
Yeah.
And it can get slow in some spots, but like I think that is like super tier. I don't know if I would put it as like number one in my list, but it's almost like so special it doesn't deserve to be in the list. Like it it supersedes a list. It's extremely good. And like the opening, I forget their name. It's a Yasobi that does it. But that's also good. And kind of how they fit it all together. It's so good how they do it, because it kind of it doesn't tell you what's in the show, but it kind of gives you the vibes of the show and that opening and all about Frieren. And they've been doing it, I think, every opening since then. Because it's a very good show. I like it. Frieren is like the bomb.
Yeah, I can't wait to catch up.
Yeah.
The news I'm excited. I'm excited about that. I'm glad I started with that one too.
And it even gets better. It gets even better.
I can tell. Yeah. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Like even episode 2, like they're not long episodes, but it seems like it's so much. Like when I looked back at it and I was like, oh, I only watched 2 episodes. I feel like I watched like a good 6 episodes already.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dang, that's going to be a good, that's how you know. Like I'm in it.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So, but I watched that. I watched Wonder Man. That was good. Surprisingly.
It was?
Yes.
Is this supposed to be the Marvel thing?
Yes. Wonder Man.
Is
Marvel.
it a TV show or a movie?
It's a show.
Oh, is it? Okay. Then I probably need to watch
8
that.
episodes. I went in kind of not expecting anything. I was like, all right, it's another Marvel thing. They've literally been in the past 8 years. I was like, whatever. I was like, I'll just see what they're talking about. And I was literally like, once the 3rd episode started, I said, yo, I'm actually like into the show. I was very surprised, and it kept me the whole time. And I said, this is how you write a show, man. Like they had some good moments. I said, dang.
Wow.
Whoa, I did not expect it at all.
Yeah, from you, that's high praise.
I was pleasantly surprised by it. So I don't know if anybody else is gonna say like it was really good, but for me, it was really good. Like I might watch it again. I'm not gonna lie, it was so good. I just hope they keep it up. Like this is a crazy start to the year, So, and then Daredevil season 2 is coming out. Let's go! I'm excited. Yes, Daredevil season 1 was really good. Born Again season 1, it was good for me too. But
I still need to watch that. I didn't see it on. Is it on Disney?
It's on Disney Plus.
I didn't see it.
It's up there. It's Born Again. So Daredevil Born Again. Season 1 is up there. Season 2 comes out in like a couple months, like a month or 2.
I need to dig into the menus a little bit more. I didn't see it last time I scrolled through.
It's probably under the. If you go through like, if you're just going through like the sections where it's like Infinity Saga and all that, it'd be under the Defenders.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. But if you go into the search bar, you should just be able to type in Daredevil. Born Again.
I don't type anything in.
I mean, that's true.
Front page or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. I don't really type things in either. But, it's rare when I do. But most of the time, I go to the front page and it pops up and I'm just like, all right. It's like, they know. I hate it because it's weird, but they know. I think that's it though, as far as what I've been watching. Yeah, I think that's it since last time.
I've been keeping up with the shows from the season. The only one I haven't really been keeping up with is what is it? Jikoku Jigoku Raku,
Mhm.
Hell's Paradise. I haven't watched that yet. This season. The rest of the
Yeah.
shows I have been keeping up on, even Kaia-chan wa Kawakunai. The last episode I saw, I gave it another shot, and the last couple of episodes have been. It's still kind of weirdly childish, so I'm like, I don't know, but it has like some dark turns in it, and I'm like, maybe I'll give it a little bit longer. I don't know. It could be good.
Is it like a oh my gosh, Promised Neverland type of thing, season 1?
I had never watched that show. I need to get on that one, but
Wow.
I didn't watch it. I don't know if it's quite that dark though. I've heard about it, but
I'd say only watch season 1. Season 2 was kind of.
I have heard that too.
see, season 1 was. Season 2 was.
Yeah, I have heard that too. So we'll see. But so far, I've liked it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I haven't watched Hell's Paradise. I saw the first episode of season 2 for Hell's Paradise, but I think I'm gonna go back and watch season 1 to refresh myself because I am lost. It's been a while since season 1 came out, so I need to refresh myself. Same thing with Fire Force. I think I need to do that. It's been so long. There's a disrespectful amount of time has passed since Fire Force season 2.
I still haven't watched that yet, so that is on my long list. There's a couple other shows I want to watch first, but it'll get there eventually.
You might like Fire Force, maybe. I don't know. It is shonen, so
yeah. I mean, it'll probably be in that shonen group. There's a couple of shonen that are in that group, like Black Clover.
Mm-hmm.
I need to catch up on that. I need to catch up on a lot of shows that just haven't gotten there. Freaking Fairy Tail. I got way deep into Fairy Tail. One Piece. I got to catch up on One Piece. One Piece will probably be the first one I catch up on. That one's.
Our brother is watching that.
What?
One Piece.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Fairy Tail. I was like, he doesn't strike me as a Fairy Tail kind of guy. But
he didn't strike me as a One Piece kind of guy either, but he's in it.
One Piece will get you. Once you're in One Piece and you see it, like, it's got its grips. And it's good. It gets into the shonen stuff, but it always like shifts slightly. So it's got its lulls, but it's good. I like it. Yep.
I think he's around like episode 100 now, 100 or 120. He has been watching. Like I go downstairs and I see it on TV. I'm just like you're really watching. I was like, I'm still in episode 10. Like, hey, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so he's pretty far into it. So hey, he might catch up to you, honestly.
He might. I mean, yeah, maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah. Anything else you've been watching?
No, I don't think so. I think we can move on.
All right. Let's see. Let me get my notes for the anime. Oh, where's my anime notes? There they are. All right. Well, I guess we're going to slide over into the anime section of this wonderful show. Yeah. All right. So we're doing JJK season 1, episodes 15 and 16 this time. Spoilers for those 2 episodes and everything that came before. So if you haven't seen them, go watch it. Come back. We'll be here. Episode 15. Kyoto Sister Exchange Event Group Battle 1. Pretty much, we pick up where we left off. Well, not even where we left off. So the groups are about to go into the first event, and Gojo is making his announcement. He's like, the event's starting, and then the head teacher of the Kyoto school said something, and she's like awkward and everything like that. But the teams are off. Now, as Yuji is running off with the Tokyo squad, they're like, yo, Yuji, we're gonna need you to do something, yada yada. Toto finds the entire squad. I don't know how. He's just running through the forest, a la di da, tiptoeing through the tulips, and he runs through the whole squad, and everybody's like, well, dang. And they're like, yo, Yuji, take care of this. And like the entire squad leaves Toto and leaves Yuji to fight Toto, and I'm just like, y'all are leaving Yuji to fight Toto? Did y'all not see what he did to Fushiguro? Did you not see what he did to Megami? And so I was like, all right, cool. If that's what y'all doing, that's what y'all doing. So Toto proceeds to go with that. And then per the plan they made before, like I said, they left Yuji to fight Toto. So Toto decides, and this is crazy because I did not remember this at all when I first watched this. Toto decides to beat Yuji down to the ground into a tree trunk and stomps his head out. And I'm just like, hey, yeah. And I said, well, that's kind of crazy. And then Toto walks off, and then Yuji's like, yo, bro, you didn't have to step in my head that hard. And then he's like, oh, you're still here. And then they have a proper introduction. He's like, yo, I'm Toto. What's your name? He's like, yo, I'm Yuji Itadori, bro. Get with it. And then they're like, all right, cool, bet. And then obviously Toto's like, I gotta ask you an important question, the most important question I'll ever ask in your life. What kind of women are you into? And then Yuji's like, what? I don't know. I like him kind of like Jennifer Lawrence. And I said, my guy. I was like, at the time when I watched this, I remember him saying that. And me and one of my friends had just came off of watching Hunger Games. And we were like, yeah, we can understand it. And so Toto has a weird vision after Yuji says Jennifer Lawrence of like, I guess them being in school and being like the bestest of friends ever. And Toto is like trying to confess his love to a girl, but she's already loving somebody else. And then Yuji's like, yo, pick yourself up, bro. Let's go get some. I don't know. I'm going to say ramen because it's the most anime thing ever, but let's go get some ramen. And so they walk off into the sunset. And I was like, huh, that's strange. And then Toto's like, yeah, man, we're best friends. And so and then like after that, literally Yuji gets jumped by the Kyoto squad. Like they just show up out of nowhere, just pulling up. Just, Meg has the blicky in hand, aiming it straight at his face and tries to take him out. And Yuji's like, nah. And then like the other ones, they're trying to attack him, but his reflexes are so fast. He's just dodging everything. And then he's surrounded. And then main man Toto steps in and he's like, yo, I told y'all to leave him alone. Like, he's mine. Why are y'all doing here? And then they're like, bro, you didn't tell us to leave you alone. You just said do whatever we want to do. He's like, well, I'm telling you now. And so everybody's like, oh, okay, whatever. And they leave Toto and Yuji to have their fight. So with that, the Tokyo squad, wait. The Tokyo squad kind of realizes that the Kyoto squad is zeroing in on Yuji's position, and they're like, oh, you guys think they're trying to like kill him or something? And they're like, who knows? But let's go ahead and like do something about that. So we get like a little flashback to excuse me. We get a flashback to them kind of making up their plan. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Mechamaru and Mei decide to go help Mishimiya. And this is after she gets hit by Megami's sneak attack. So after that, we get a little flashback of like a couple of moments before that where the Tokyo squad is changing their plans and Panda's kind of leading the whole change of plans. And so they decide to split off into teams where it's Panda and Nobara, and then it's Megami and Maki. And then that leaves these names are ridiculous, and it took me a while to figure out whose everybody's name was. But Togi, I never knew that was his name. I never knew Toge's name was that. I just called him Bonito Flix. So like they all split into teams and like they go off. And this is where we catch back up. Obviously Megami attacks and I never knew the Kyoto squad's team names either. But this is where Megami attacks Mishimiya, and so Panda and Nobara kind of head them off, but Fushiguro and Maki are attacking. Oh man, there's like I said, so many names. Wait. They're attacking Kama, and I think her name is Minao. Minao. I couldn't get her. I didn't know if that was her real name, but that's what Fushiguro said.
Nina?
So
with the katana?
Yeah, with the blue hair and the katana.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Minao. Okay. So I did say it right. Oh, write it down. Okay. But they're attacking, and it's just so much. There's too many names, y'all. Too many names. We're gonna have to come up with code names or something. I can't do it. But anyways, after that, they have split, and we're kind of seeing Yuji and Todo uh continuing to fight, and then Todo is excited and impressed by Yuji's adaptability and strength in combat. However, he thinks his techniques are lackluster.
Miwa.
And then this is where Maki is talking to Minao or Mina,
Miwa.
Miwa. Miwa about the way she fights, about why she fights, and she's like, "Well, I just want to make money because I'm poor." And I was just like, I was like, "All right, you know what? Hey, that works." And she said she's the oldest in her family, so, but this is also where we get to find out that sorcerers can only be promoted through a recommendation system, so it's more of like a who you know type of situation as far as how you get promoted from like a fourth grade to a third grade or third grade to a second, all of that great stuff. So, and with that, we cut back. There was a lot of cuts in this too. So if like I'm all over the place, it's just because they were cutting all over the place in the episode. It was nuts. But with this, we cut back to Todo and Yuji, and Todo's giving Yuji like pointers as his new best friend, and he was like, "Yo, like your technique of like pushing your curse energy out after you punch somebody is bananas, bro. Like I need you to fix that. Especially if you want to get stronger, unless you're okay with being weak." And Yuji's like, "Nah, bro. I'm not okay with being weak." And then he's like, "That's my best friend." And then that's where the episode ends. So, what do you think about this episode?
I like the episode. It starts getting you into kind of the vibe. Like it gets you into the action, and then it takes that JJK turn, and it gets kind of crazy. I know the first time you see Todo kind of have his little imagination, which ends up being like ultra high level, but even where it is now, it's like, okay, what's going on? And then you keep going and you're like, okay, they're just out of their freaking mind. Okay. Like you already thought he was out of his mind. So you're like, okay, let's roll with it. But the way the fight keeps going and Toto's just like, yeah, come on, let's go. And he's just taking all of those hits. And they're keeping going. The Jennifer Lawrence thing, I still don't understand, but whatever. Hey.
I don't know. I like a little kindness in my life too.
Sure.
Let's do it.
I'm not going to hate on anybody.
Yeah.
But even Yuji taking the hits from Todo and still getting up. Because at first it's like, okay, yeah, that was a quick fight. Todo took him out pretty quick. What's going to go on? And then he gets up and you're like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Good job, Yuji. Keep it going.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mini episode in the middle of the fight was ridiculous. Them jumping time back and forth was pretty cool. Like having Yuji and Todo meet up and start fighting and then jumping back in time. They keep doing this, but it works for how they're telling the story. It's like they do it. And I don't think I'm even confused about what's going on. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm with it. But then they jump back and then you're like, oh, okay. Like, but I'm even more in. Like, thank you for explaining though. Yeah. But yeah, Todo and Yuji fighting are a blast, and being able to get a little bit of backstory on the other students in Kyoto and on in the Tokyo school was pretty good. Yeah. Them kind of figuring out that everybody was targeting Yuji, and then shifting the plan again was pretty cool. So yeah, I like the episode a lot, and the fighting is always top tier.
Always. Yeah, this show has I'm not gonna say the best fighting. This show has like really, really great fighting scenes. Like chef's kiss. I'll add on that I think it was cool to see Panda. It was cool to see Panda like kind of like figure out the plan. He was like, yeah, well, I kind of see why they would want to attack Yuji, being that the principal probably said something. And then it's like, well, we only knew Yuji for like a couple of moments, and he seems pretty cool and fun and happy. The most happy person we've ever met out of all the sorcerers. And I was like, really? Even out of Gojo? Gojo's pretty like chipper. I was like, all right, dude. But But yeah, that was pretty cool to see that. And I was like, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. They don't know anything about Yuji, so
Yeah,
to them, he's probably just another, like he said, cursed
yeah.
spirit
He's just
and
an
whatnot.
object.
So
So yeah,
yeah. So it makes sense to see that. Yo, Toto is insane. He's still my favorite, but
yeah.
Toto is insane. I think his insanity is what makes him like one of my favorites. Um, honestly, I need like a spin-off show with like Toto. Uh, who was the other person I said? Toto, Jabber, and was it Nobora? I think it was. I think it was her. I was like, I need a spin-off with them crazy suckers just together, just hanging out, just hanging out, not even fighting, just hanging out. It'll be great. I promise. It'll work. It'll work. Mm-hmm. 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 So, but yeah, that's it. That's it for the show. Well, this episode. So,
Yep.
um, yeah, I think we get more story in the next episode. So we can go ahead to the next one if you don't have anything else to add.
Yeah, let's keep it moving.
All right, episode 16, Kyoto Sister Exchange Event Group Battle 2. So this one opens up with Nobora grilling Mishimiya about where Mei is because obviously Nobora wants a round two because who likes Mei? Nobody. And then this is where Mechamaru comes out of nowhere and
Hi.
hits Panda in the shoulder, and you know this surprises everybody. But then we find out that Panda is a cursed corpse, and I was like, "Oh, where? What's that?" and so, and so And so as they're like talking, Mecha Maru, I'm gonna call him Mech from now on, or Mecha because his name is like super long. He comes out of nowhere, and then they're talking. And the bro's like, "No, Panda," and then Panda's like, "Psych, bro, just kidding." And then he throws the 1v1s with Mecha, and then like after talking, he's like, "Yo, bro, we don't really have to fight. I mean, like we're kind of the same. You know, I'm a cursed corpse, whatever that is, and you are you. So like we don't have to fight." And then Mecha's like, "Nah, bro, throw the heads." And so this is where we find out Panda has like a little rating system as far as like power levels. And he's like, "Yo, where you at, Mecha?" And then Mecha's like, "I don't normally say this, but because we're in this show and obviously we're talking about backstories, I'm going to tell you now." And he's like, "Yo, I'm a first grade." And then Panda's like, "Oh," because Panda's a second grade sorcerer, according to his place on the chart. Like I did pause it and I looked at where he had everybody and I saw he had himself as a second. I was like, "Huh, I thought you were higher than that, Panda." But no, he's not. So and this guy had freaking Maki as a fourth grade. We're gonna get to that later, but I feel like that's very inaccurate. But well, like I said, we'll get to that later on. So, with that being said, we find out that Mechamaru is a disabled sorcerer who controls his mech suit from a distance, and he has like a considerable amount of cursed energy within himself. And then we also find out that Panda is a cursed corpse who was born with emotions, so he's not just a panda. Um, and it makes him more than just a cursed corpse. So he's not a regular cursed corpse because they don't normally have emotions or anything like that. They just kind of are sentient and are controlled with cursed energy. So how he was born, unsure. It looked like the of president principal of the Tokyo school created him since he's like a that's his specialty. Like he's like a master at creating cursed corpses, which is the same thing that fought Yuji when he got there, when he was trying to get accepted into the Tokyo school. So um unsure how Panda came to be. Maybe we'll find that out. Maybe we won't. Whatever. But anyways, so we also figure out that Mecha Maru had made a heavenly pact, which don't know what that is, but what it does is it allowed him the ability to use that cursed energy because he is obviously disabled. He doesn't have a arm. He said he doesn't have limbs below his knees and no feelings below his waist. And his skin is very sensitive to light. Even moonlight kind of like burns his skin and irritates it. So he's heavily disabled and he can't live a normal life. So he made a heavenly pact which allows him to control his mech suit using the considerable amount of cursed energy that he produces now. And it allows him to manipulate it at a great distance. So we also find out that Panda has 3 corpse cores inside of him, which makes him even that much more special. So, and the cores belong to him and his quote brother and sister, which he doesn't have brothers and sisters, but apparently he does, and he'll understand that later on in life, whatever that means. And so we do find out that if a cursed corpse gets hits in its core, I believe it dies. I went back to try to figure that out, but it's either they die or they become immobile and aren't alive anymore. Okay, they die. Whatever. And then with this, but with this information of Panda and his mini cores, Panda is able to switch forms with his sibling forms, which would move around his core location. So like people won't be able to just like hit it and everything like that. But also if they hit one of his cores, he still has 2 others that he can like go into. And then so they have the Panda core, which is more balanced and everything like that, which is where he is normally always as. They have the Gorilla core, which is his brother core form, which is more focused on like power and everything like that. And then they have his sister form, which they decided not to say anything about, and that's a mystery form. But they have that. So, and it said that Mechamaru hit his sister form's core, which left the Panda core and the Gorilla core. So Mechamaru is about to like power up this huge attack, and Panda's like, no, Nabaru's in the way. I must protect her and save her. So he pretty much like bodies the entire hit, which is like a super big hit, and this destroys his gets his Panda core close to being like completely destroyed, but forces him to switch to like the last core he has. So he has 2 cores out of commission, and now he's on the Gorilla core. And I like the form. The form looks pretty cool. But this is where Panda like goes stupid crazy, and he practically destroys Mecha, and with relative ease. Like it's pretty one sided. I'm not gonna lie. Like they tried to dramatize it, but nah, it was pretty one sided. But Mecha is pretty smart, so he does have some tricks up his sleeve. Um, so with this, Mecha thinks he has an opening, and so he attacks Panda's last core, or at least the location that he thinks is his last core. And then Panda kind of like does a fake out again, where his like eyes go dark, and he's like, "Psych, nah, bro, I'm still here." And then he's like, "Hey, man, I'm able to bluff my core energy location with my cursed energy manipulation, and so which means that Mechamaru missed because apparently the core's location is like a concentrated cursed energy location. So Panda's able to manipulate that and move it around. Um, but with Mechamaru missing, this lets Panda put Mechamaru out of commission for this fight, and his mech suit is done. And so with this, Mechamaru and Panda have a heart-to-heart moment, and maybe they're going to be friends. I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out later. There's a lot of mystery surrounding Panda. So will we find out? Maybe not. Maybe. I don't know. But with this, we cut to
Miwa.
Miwa fighting Maki, and Miwa figures out that Maki is definitely not somebody you want to underestimate because she's strong AF. And so that's the end of that episode. What did you think?
I liked it. I liked learning more about Panda and Mechamaru.
Panda.
The way they were really similar, and learning more about Panda's backstory, watching him during the fight and seeing how he like analyzed everything,
Yeah.
and kind of shifted stuff around. Even Mechamaru like trying to take advantage of certain things and do his moves as well. I thought it was a good fight. I didn't think Panda was like that overwhelming. Mechamaru had a shot. It's just they were both keeping stuff from the other one to try to keep that information going. I think Panda just had a lot more tactics up his sleeve, and that kind of helped him get through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it. Good episode.
Yeah, agreed. I think it was a good episode too. Um, I definitely forgot that that was Panda's abilities. I forgot his backstory and everything like that. Even watching like season 2 and all that stuff, like I was like, "What's up? What's up with the panda again?" It was just always something that was elusive. So it's again, this is gonna be like maybe a phrase that I say a lot in this. It's so nice to rewatch it and like have the understand. It's like, oh, that actually makes this make way more sense now.
Yeah.
And then like learning about the cursed corpses and everything like that, and the cores and the Mechamaru. Because I was like, what was Mechamaru's deal also? And it's also cool to see his temperament, literally in his first, technically his first introduction, because it does change a bit as the show goes on, which we'll touch on later. But it's really nice to see him and Panda have this conversation today in this episode, because it's like okay, this explains a lot, and like to see like the start and how he feels about things. It's really nice. I think Mekamaru has a great character development throughout the show, so I'll be glad to talk about it as it goes on. But yeah, I feel like this is a pivotal episode that we'll probably come back to talk about later.
Yeah, and heavenly packs are it's basically something that it's kind of like a birth thing. So something happens when you're
Mhm.
born and you automatically have this pack. Um so it basically took all of that stuff from Mekamaru, but it gave him a lot of power too. So
Mm. Wait, so his heavenly pack took his arm and leg and his oh,
so he was born that way.
so he didn't have any choice.
Nope.
He just oh, did they say that in the show?
Yep.
I must have missed it. There's a lot going on. I was trying to
Yeah.
take notes and condense it. I'll go back and watch it again, but I think I missed it.
Yep.
But yeah. Okay. Well, dang, that sucks.
But he got a lot of power from it. So it's like, yeah, but I mean it does suck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's different. 'Cause I was thinking that it was kind of similar to what Fishiguro does with his shadow spirits,
That is.
but I guess kind of.
It's a pack that I think he was born with something. I don't think we quite know what his whole case is, but um yeah. Certain people get born with certain things and then certain people don't. But
Okay.
I
I
think
might have to
that
go back.
yeah, I think that idea is going to come up with a couple of the characters. So,
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and look at Megumi's when he first got there and he explained his Shikigami. So to
yep.
see. But all right, cool. Anything else to add to the episode?
Nope. Good episode. I'm ready for more.
All right. Let's do it. Same.
With that, I think we're on to the Toku section of the evening. So we're going to start with, man, I always want to say Ninpuu Sentai, Hurricaneger. Kaze ni nare. We're going to start with Scroll 17, The Darkness and Battle Island. Kurayami to Shito no Shima. So we start this episode with the Hurricaneger trying to search out the Go-Rider and find them. It's then that the younger brother says that they have to defeat the Hurricangers. They tell them they're going to defeat them, and then they will get it. Then everybody transforms, and they start fighting, and then the Hurricangers are getting beat pretty bad. The two kids start wandering the forest because they were two kids that got transported there with them. They were wandering the forest and eventually hear the fighting, so they start heading towards that way. The older Go-Rider brother gets distracted, and then the Hurricaneger use the opening to try to attack. Chusabo appears suddenly, and then he also has Giri Giri Giraishi appear. But this one is actually the father of the previous one that they fought back on Earth. But back on Earth, they're apparently going through an ice age, so everybody is freezing to death, which is pretty funny. Chikanja takes the Hurricaneger, and then they free. So the Chikanja starts fighting the Hurricaneger, which frees the older Goriger to start trying to attack the younger brother. So they start fighting while the Hurricaneger are taken care of. Kabuto is about to land the deciding blow, and then the kids show up, and he ends up jumping into the gas that's about to hit the kids and gets them out of the way. But then the gas hits him, and he becomes infected with this rage kind of virus. So he starts raging and fighting everybody, and then the Hurricaneger end up saving the younger brother, who is Issue. I think we might have heard his name before, but Issue. So they save him, and then they run away. Issue then reveals that the person in the recording was their father, who wanted them to fight each other and then create it. And then we end cutting back to the Earth, and then they're freezing even more, and then we hear that the Earth is about to rot, I guess. So it's going to freeze and then rot, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
One, these kids deciding to just go off and wander the forest on their own is insane.
Yeah.
I'm just like, one, if I was on a mystery island, I think I would stick with the Rangers. You know, I would be like, yo, guys, what do you want me to do? And then they'll be like, stand over there. I'm like, all right. I would not go exploring Mystery Island, but it's cute. It's funny. I think, oh man, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to.
Yeah, let's just talk about this episode. So this episode was fine. The little kids were like, oh yeah, they got brought too.
Yeah,
the fighting was pretty cool. They had a good fight. So yeah, it was it felt a lot like the first part of a multi-part episode.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh, I will say it was cool to see I guess get some backstory about them growing up, Issue and the other guy, with their dad and stuff like that. So
yeah. That's
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Let's go ahead and get to scroll 18 so we can talk a little bit more about it, because that's like the opening to it. So scroll 18, a father and the bonds of brothers. Chichi to Kyoudai no Kizuna. So we start off with the Kabuto Rider wandering around in his rage. He's going around the island. We learned that the Go Rider's father was kind of horrible, and he did a lot of horrible things to his clan and his family as well. So he learned about it, but the knowledge was sealed away somehow. He was then set up on a mission and killed during the mission. Or at least that's the story we get from Issue. Then we kind of cut back, and the kids are still wandering the island, just going aimlessly. Yosuke figures out that maybe Iko, which is the older Go Rider, wanted Issue to kill him, but they offer to help Issue out. Then Giri Giri Giraishi shows up again for a fight, but the four team up to defeat him, which frees the Earth from like the freezing that was going on. Kabuto Rider finds them and attacks, while Chizubo keeps the Hurricaneger away so they can't help Issue. Then Kuwaga is about to defeat the Kabuto when the two kids show up again and thank him for saving him before, which reminds him of the power of siblings and sibling love, or Kyoudai Ai. And then he untransforms. The Hurricaneger uses opening to defeat Chizubo, and then they all reconcile, and then Tarzan gets pissed, and then they have Giri Giri Giraishi grow giant, and all 5 head out in their shinobi machines and fight together to destroy him. Then they all escape the island. Chuzabo heads back. It gets attacked, or what do they call it? He gets attacked by Talzan, and then Man Maruba kind of gets sleepy and then heads off into a room, and that's kind of where the episode ends off. Mm-hmm. So what did you think? You are muted.
I said I don't know what to call it. He did get attacked. Electrocuted.
No, yeah, it was like electric power coming from him. It's like penalized or disciplined. I don't know. So,
oh, you mean like that?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. He got a.
It's
he
like
got a whooping.
Yeah, he got penalized. He got in trouble.
Yeah, he got put in timeout for sure.
Yeah, I think they actually say it's like time out or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget what they call it, or suspension, or something like that. Yeah,
that makes more sense. Okay. Now that we have part 2 to the 2-parter, yeah. So I think out of these 2 episodes, it was cool to see the backstory of the Go Rikers, Go Rangers,
Go Rider,
and their dad is like insane and just he's like Shredder. He's like Shredder from TMNT. So in my opinion, that's how I see him. So I think that's interesting, and to see that they went through like pretty strenuous training as kids and kind of got groomed to fight each other unknowingly was interesting. It's an interesting backstory. It was cool to see like the Hurricanegers with Issue, try to like be compassionate and like be friendly to him, and it seemed like an organic way for them to actually bridge the gap between being enemies and then being friends, is to have like the older brother kind of realize what's going on because he got the message a little bit ahead of time, and then they kind of was like, oh well, maybe he like gassed himself because he couldn't stand knowing that he had to attack you or something. He was looking for a way for you to attack him and everything like that, and it's just like, oh, what a nice spin on it. No, he's just murderous. He just wanted to get even stronger so that he can take over all of the Rangers. Not joking. But but it was nice. I like it. Just felt organic the way they spun it, and it speaks to the writers. Like, even though it's a kid show, they actually took some time to write it, so and to actually like put some effort into building the connections and whatnot. So next time we see them popping out together, maybe they'll be like, won't be like the best of friends, but it's like it'll make sense that they have the foundations to become like a better team, and like maybe by the end of the season we'll see them being like all chummy and like the best of buds by the end, and like the 2 schools come together or something. I don't know, but it makes sense, and like they're planting those seeds, and like they have like little buds, like little flowering buds just showing up. So I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job with the 2 episodes kind of telling that story, not dragging it on too long. I think they had shown little hints in previous episodes, and then they got to, it was like a big 2-parter, and then they kind of got through everything. So I thought it was pretty good. I didn't know. For a second, I was like, are they just going to be enemies the whole season? Maybe they're not going to be Rangers. They already said they were probably one of the 7 spears. But yeah, I like what they did with it. I thought they did a good job. I like both episodes. Those kids wandering was kind of weird, but other than that, I was good with everything else.
Yeah, those kids could have been left out.
Yeah, that's the one part. But even that wasn't too bad. You had to have something that did the power of friendship or power of love or whatever. So it was good. It was fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like halfway through, I thought like when they were like, "Oh yeah, hero like defeats hero," and then they started talking about like siblings. I was like, "Oh man, the kids are gonna kill each other." I said, "No, so let's go." I didn't know y'all were gonna get that dark, but I'm here for it. Hey man, I think every show I've just wanted it to just goes completely dark, but it's one day,
Yeah,
one day it'll
we'll
happen.
see.
But I seriously thought that. I said, "Oh, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be a twist for sure." And then they have to save the kids and all the good. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's all my thoughts for these two episodes.
With
Guess we can
that,
go.
we can move on to scroll number 19, The Big Box and the Wind Thunder Giant. Dai Hako to Furai Kyojin. So the Hurricaneger, we start the episode basically where the last episode ended off, and the Hurricaneger are like, "Yay, team!" But the Go Rider are not hearing it. Man Maruba is still in his cocoon, and Chuzabo seems to have found another scroll somewhere, and then kind of heads out. Oboro starts, or it looks like Oboro is about to start working on something when the Go Rider are deciding to try to go infiltrate Chikanja. Whenever they find the little orb that's supposed to take them back to the base, they get stopped by Chuzabo, who stuffs them in his dimension box and begins to attack them. The Hurricaneger find them and begin their attack, eventually freeing the Go Rider, who then joined them and trying to attack Chuzabo. They are about to finish him off when he controls the Hurricaneger, making them point at the Go Rider for like a whole standoff. So he unleashes power to try to control all of the Rangers, and then he has them try to attack each other. The Hurricaneger hold off long enough for the Go Rider to use the opportunity and break the Jitsu that he has on them. Then they fire off their triple gadget and their double gadget and kind of destroy Chuzabo. We then learn Chuzabo is the second spear, and he uses a dark demon soul summoning scroll to become a giant. The Rangers go out in their shinobi machines, but are getting beat pretty bad until Oboro finishes a new gadget ball, and then has them fuse together into Furai Maru, a new mecha. All three mecha, or no, Furai Maru pops out of the ball, which is a new mecha, and then all three of them fuse into Gorai Senpujin, and then they defeat the Kyoudai Chuzabo and kind of go their own separate ways after that. Pretty packed episode. What'd you think?
Honestly, it's fitting that this would be a next episode after the two-parter we just had. I like how it gives the Hurricangers a chance to provide an example of teamwork, in that they're actually there to help, even though I mean they've been saying that from the start, but it allows them to present that same opportunity with the I was about to say Gal Rangers with the go
Go Niger.
yeah, go Rider, having a new lens or outlook on everything. So, because like even in the episode, they were like, "You guys came back and helped us." They were like, yeah, bro. Why would we not come back and help you?" and then when they got out and like excuse me, they got controlled to like point their weapon at the Go Rikers. They're like, "No, the power of friendship is stronger than this. We definitely shall not attack them."
Yeah.
And then the Go Riker was like, "Wait, hold on, let him cook for a second. Wait." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "Yes, sir." I was like, "What's the burgundy one's name?" I know there's Ishu, the blue one, but or the navy.
Eco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, he has a habit of like pointing a gun at somebody and be like, "Hey, wait, hold on." So I think that's funny. But yeah, I think it was fitting. I enjoyed this episode. I like the story beats up like between the Rangers more than anything. So
Yeah, I think they kept the pace at a reasonable pace. And it is, you would think, okay, they defeated the guys, so now they're buddies. No, they're not buddies. The
yeah,
Go Ranger ain't having that. So it was nice to see them kind of do this next step, and they're slowly
yeah,
working together a little bit more. So I
yeah.
think it was a good episode. It's basically turning the three-parter into a, or no, two-parter into a three-parter. And it's flowing together
Yeah,
really nicely. Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. I agree. I agree with all that. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. It is turning it into a three-parter in a way.
Yep. With that being said, we're going to turn that three-parter into a four-parter with Scroll 20, The Punch and the Rival. Punch to Rival. Um, and I'm pretty sure we got a new verse in the opening this time, like a third verse. I'd have to go back and compare them, but I think this one was a little bit different. But
Yeah.
we start off with Talzant summoning the sixth spear. So Sargine heads down, or he says he summoned the sixth spear. Yosuke happens to be getting a new job with Ikko, and Kanga Roulette comes down to Earth and starts messing with the humans. He ends up starting an earthquake, and Yosuke and Ikko feel that and then arrive on the scene and transform to fight. Ikko notices during the fight that every time that they attack Kanga, the roulette spins, and basically some bigger attack comes from Kanga. So Ikko disarms Yosuke without saying anything, and then he ends up attacking Kanga Roulette, and then Kanga kind of retreats. Ikko and Yosuke then end up arguing and fighting amongst themselves, and then the rest of the Rangers kind of show up and separate them. Bee and Wendy offer to help Sargane as Kanga Roulette kind of gets powered up, so he can attack other people without being attacked himself. Afterwards, they all head down and attack the Rangers and start wiping the floor with them pretty handily. Oboro then sends Yosuke receives a new move on his sword, and he's like, "Thank you, Oboro." And then he ends up using it, and it's called Thunder Slash. He uses it to attack Kanga Roulette, and then just like the Go Riders or Ikko did before, since he gets his power from lightning, the Kanga's lightning didn't work against him. So he ends up doing that, and then all of the Rangers combine their weapons into a new mode called Victory Gadget, because the V stands for 5. Victory.
Oh.
5. Anyway, they use the Victory Gadget to break through B's elegant barrier. Wendy summons Copy Giant, and then the Rangers head out and then end up using Gorai's Senpujin again to defeat the giant Kanga Roulette. At the end, Man Maruba emerges from his cocoon and says the sixth spear will arrive soon. So he isn't the sixth spear, but he has his new kind of look going on. But that's the end of the episode. What did you think?
That was funny. Because when you said the victory thing, and you said, yeah, so that's why it's a V. I was like, oh yeah, for all the balloons. It's for victory. And you're like, no, it's for 5. I was like, 5. My bad. That just caught me off guard. I'm smiling too hard. Well, they were off to a great start and they had a good alliance, but obviously they have to have some type of conflict somewhere. So of course the Red Ranger and the Burgundy Ranger have to go.
I forgot. At the end, they're walking away, and Ikko or Yosuke ends up thanking, I think, Oboro. And she's like, I didn't send you anything. And then we kind of say that Ikko sent him, I guess, the plans for the attack that he used before.
Yeah.
So he ended up winning over Iko a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As he should. Because they definitely had some conflict in the beginning. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's to be expected. When you
Yeah.
have friends, you're going to fight. Or if they're even considered friends. I guess that by the end of the episode, maybe. But I don't know. I just like the conflict. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dark person.
Could
I
be.
like the darker things. I like
Yeah.
the darker side of the moon. What you think about it?
I thought it was a good episode. I think they keep making it flow very well. They didn't go out of their way making it ridiculous. How there was still a little bit of tension between the two teams. But then they got together and did their big attack. So it feels like they're slowly becoming like a bigger team. Still kind of like split, which is a bit odd, but it works. It's like, yeah, these two teams are kind of combining to kind of take care of a common enemy. So I think they're doing a good job. All of the characters are still not annoying. So I like everything they've done so far with the show. Enemies, heroes. Yeah, I think they've done a good job.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they do next. Like you said, the story has been pretty tight. They haven't been dragging it on. If anything, it's been moving at a brisk pace, but it's like it's not too fast. So like, cause like we're only on what episode 20, and like we've already like we're not even halfway through, cause like it's what 50 episodes per se. So
Yeah,
they've been moving at a
probably
good pace. So
51, I think. I don't remember. I have to look it up later. But yeah, pretty good pace. We still don't know what it is, but it hasn't been annoying me that much.
oh wait, I thought it was the technique. Oh, I guess we don't know what the technique is on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't know what the technique is. Maybe we'll never find out unless there's other siblings or somebody accidentally dies.
Well, I think they said there's probably another way to do it, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see then. Maybe we'll get a sixth ranger. Oh, no.
Could be.
I don't, because I don't remember this in the American version of the show. Beyond these two rangers, I don't remember if there's another one. So I don't know. But with that being said, we could definitely hop into some Kamen Rider because Kamen Rider is.
Yep. So I think that's it for Hurricaneger for this week. So let's go ahead and keep it moving with Kamen Rider Ryuki. Starting with episode 17, The Grieving Night. Nageki no Naito. So we start where we ended off last week. Rin hesitates to kill the Rhino Ranger. And then Shinji tries to help him, but the Rhino kind of attacks Rin. They all end up leaving Mirror World, and then the new Rider kind of gloats, which ends up really pissing off Rin and sends him kind of spiraling. We end up learning the new Rider's name is Shibaru Jun. When the police come to try to pick him up, Auntie goes off on a trip, and Yui calls this person she met back when she was researching things at the university called Nakamura. And that she says she wants to kind of fix things. And then everybody else kind of brings Rin back to the cafe, all beaten up. Tezuka, who is the fortune teller, tells Shinji that Rin is headed for destruction because he's kind of caught between two different lifestyles. And that he might also die in the end, Tezuka himself. And then a monster kind of yoinks a window washer and some random people in the city and basically eats them off screen, or not off screen because we see it. So without everybody else realizing it. And then we kind of cut over to June being questioned in the police station. But he ends up calling for a lawyer. And then we cut to Kitaoka getting a call about a son of a president. Around the same time, he gets a call from Goro saying that the son of the president is in trouble and called for his help. So you're like, oh, then June must be the son of some president. Then Nakamura from before gives Yui all the documents he has and asks not to be involved anymore. So Yui combs through all of the documents she gets from him, and then she learns of Eri's existence. The monster we see going through the city some more, and he ends up being some sort of chameleon, I guess. So chameleon monster. Shinji and Tezuka transform to fight it, but it kind of escapes. And then we cut over to a prison, and then we get to see a new person called Asakura Takashi. And he ends up being told that his lawyer is here after he bangs his head into the cell. And then you're like, wait, so maybe Kitaoka isn't Jun's lawyer, he's this guy's lawyer. But that's where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
One, rest in peace to my window washer, man.
Yeah, that was like the most freakiest thing ever. He's like, what? And then there's this ooze coming down, and he's just yoinked. And I'm like, dang, my man didn't even have a chance.
He ain't did nothing but do his job.
Yeah.
He was doing a great job at his job, too. I looked at that window, I said, dang, that's clean, bro. I said, so he made me kind of want to be a window washer for a second. And then he got yoinked, and I said, you know what? Never mind. You got it, bro.
We haven't been talking about like the number of people dying in this season, but it's pretty up there. You're like,
yeah. I mean, they're not touching the cougar, but
yeah,
it is pretty up there. Holy smokes!
I think it's just because they're not getting called out on it, about it, but like they're losing a lot of people.
Yeah, because I thought most of the casualties was coming from like the riders themselves and all of this. Like it seemed like the riders stopped a good amount of attacks, unless there was a lot more happening off screen that we don't realize. But with the amount of riders there are, it's like somebody's around somewhere to help stop the attacks. So I don't know. Maybe they don't have casualties. It's just them. They're just offing each other. So I don't know. But yeah. Also, this dude. I don't know. I feel bad for this guy's forehead. The guy in jail.
Oh
he's
yeah,
just banging his head against everything. I'm just like, dang, bro. Like, relax, chill. I don't know. That might be why stuff is going like wrong upstairs for him, but I don't know. We'll see. That guy's crazy. I did have a thought of what's the butler guy's name? The lawyer? Goro. I'm like, why is he so nice to Mr. Lawyer, man? He's just there. He's just doing his. Well, maybe it's his job to be nice.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I thought he was just doing it for the love of the game, and I was just like, for what? I was like, why? Why you just? I was like, why? It's like, can we get a backstory behind that? But I don't know, because he seemed like he loved his job, so I'm just like, hey, man.
Maybe Kitoka helped him or somebody he knows, and that's how he does it. But I'm sure we'll get into that sometime.
Yeah,
maybe,
or maybe he just pays him a lot.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, that's true too. But anyways, I like it. I enjoy this. I'd enjoy this episode. This was I enjoyed it.
Yeah, good episode. I like the way things are flowing. Yeah, let's keep it moving. Episode 18, Jailbreak Rider. Datsugoku Rider. We start this episode with Kitaoka going and talking to Takashi, and then he refuses to work for him, and Takashi flips out. We end up seeing that as Kitaoka leaves, we see Kanzaki Shiro kind of at the jail, I guess. We cut back to Yui, and she sees Eri, and like she sees her in her hospital room, and then we kind of cut back to Kitaoka, and he gets Jun released from prison, and then when he is getting released from prison, Kitaoka notices he has a card deck and figures out that he's a writer. Once he asks June that question, June figures out that Kitoka is also a writer, and they're like, "Ah, I see you." Shido ends up at the prison, or we cut back and Shido's at the prison, and he starts talking to Takashi, and he gives him a card deck, and then Takashi uses that, transforms into a Kamen Rider, and then he breaks out and grabs some new clothes, saying that he just wants to beat up Kitoka. That's his only purpose. So we shift over to Reiko, and then she ends up coming to ask more questions about the jailbreak. She comes over to Kitoka to ask questions about it. But as she's there, she gets attacked by Takashi. He then runs away and is tracked by the police, Shinji and Reiko. And then June finds Takashi and basically tells him a lot of the info on people, trying to point him towards the lawyer. Before Takashi can transform, the police find him, and he takes a little girl hostage, and then heads into a local restaurant, and then he takes the whole restaurant hostage. And then Shinji ends up noticing the chameleon monster popping out around, and he kills it. But when he returns back to the real world, he's inside the restaurant, and Takashi has already gotten everybody hostage. So Shinji's just out there creeping, trying to figure out what to do. And that's kind of where the episode ends out. What'd you think?
I thought it was interesting to see that lawyer man was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna be a lawyer," and I was like, "Okay," and I was like, "That makes sense." And then dude started banging his head against the desk again. It's just this guy. He has issues.
And then finding the cop, and it's like, okay,
yeah, he came out of nowhere, and like the immediate thought I had in my head was like, dang, it's like, do you have to be crazy to just be like taking people out like this? Because like he doesn't look like he's that big or honestly that strong. And I was like, but he is handling this cop like he's nothing. I was like, good lord. But yeah, anyways, I would say I probably remember the least about this episode, to be honest. I'm trying to think about how I felt about it and what I thought. I think that seeing him get the deck probably produced more questions in my head of like, well, how is he choosing people to offer the deck to? Like, how is he choosing these people? Because I mean, obviously, if they can take out all the riders, they get a wish granted. Is like what the guy was saying. So I mean, we all get the incentive, but it's just like, how is he choosing these people? So
yeah,
that's the main thing I remember from this episode. For me,
yeah, this one felt like they slowed down a little bit to kind of get introduce some new characters and some new plot points. But I thought it was good to see kind of how Shido pitches the whole thing to somebody who's obviously out of their mind. And so we don't know if that's how he approaches everybody, but it feels like I think it kind of made sense. But yeah, I think it was a little bit slower. It felt like they were building some stuff up, but not too slow. I think it was still interested. So I think it did a good job.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. But we can keep it moving to episode 19, Rider Gathering, Raida Shuketsu. So we start out with Shinji still hiding out at the restaurant. He tries to help the small girl taken hostage. He does that by trying to contact the Ore Journal crew that's outside, and then they're passing kind of information between Shinji and the police. But when Shinji tries to take a picture, he gets caught because he has the shutter sound on, which you can't disable in Japan, side note. Takashi tells the police to bring him Kitoka, and then he will kind of trade him for all of the hostages. And then June goes and tries to round up Rin and Tezuka so he can get as many of the riders in one place as possible. And he does that by taking Yui hostage. So Yui's gone. They arrive at the cafe. They see Jun just sitting there. And he's like, yeah, come or don't see Yui again. Kitooka then arrives at the restaurant. And then the hostages get released. And then Takashi kind of shows that he is also a rider. So they transform and start fighting. But Shinji gets knocked out trying to cover for the little girl. And then next, Jun and Rin begin fighting while Tezuka goes inside the building, releases Yui, and then he transforms and kind of joins the fight to try to break it up. And then we have this huge couple of scenes where there's rider on rider violence. Everybody's fighting everybody else. Yui also ends up seeing kind of Shido right after Tezuka transforms and heads over to Mirror World. Shido tries to tell her that it's not her fault. Everybody kind of wants to fight. So it's not her fault. She shouldn't worry about it. Kamen Rider Guy is about to do his attack on Rin, and it's kind of the scene that Tezuka has been seeing over and over about Rin getting destroyed. When Ryuki blocks it at the last second, everyone ends up being in the same area, and then Zolda uses his final attack to do massive damage again. Everybody kind of gets caught in the explosion, except for the new, what is his name? Viper? It's a snake Kamen Rider. He ends up... Cobra? I don't think that's his name, though. His name is Kamen Rider Aura. Aura? Oja? Kamen Rider Oja. But he ends up hiding behind Jun. And he uses Jun as his shield. And then afterwards, he just defeats Jun and is just like, yeah, that happened. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
This dude is insane, clinically and also unclinically, just all over across the board. Honestly, add him into like the Mount Rushmore of like crazies that I think should all be in the episode. So it should be him, Jabber, Toto, and Noboro. Yeah, all of them just together.
Why does my only question is why Noboro? She's not that bad.
But I remember in a previous episode I said somebody else reminded me of Jabber, and I can't remember who it was.
And it's her?
It probably isn't, but her name is the first one that came to mind, and she seems like she would, fit in. So.
Mine might be a little bit crazier than her, but go for it.
Mine is for. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why I was thinking Noboro, because she thought mine. So yeah, those four. Scratch Noboro. Sorry, girl, you out of here. Add Mai in there, yeah. Yeah, Mai Tai. There we go. But yeah, add this Viper guy into that Mount Rushmore, because he's crazy. I feel like that'd be great. Just a slice of life show with them. I love it. Hey, they should make me like a showrunner or like a writer or something. The person who comes up with shows, because I'm telling you, I come up with some entertaining stuff. But anyways, I like the fact that they got all the writers together. Using Yui as bait is a great idea. He's crazy, but he's smart. So
not that smart.
Or innovative. Okay, maybe not smart, but innovative. Saying nobody else thought to do that. They all wanted to fight, but nobody else thought to capture Yui. So I was like, all right, whatever. But he did bring them all together. he is ruthless because when he captured Rhino Man, and like held them together at the end of the episode, I was like, oh, after that big explosion, everybody fell down except for him. I was like, yo, he must be tougher than I thought. And then like he just falls forward and there's Viper Man behind him. I said, I said, my guy. I say, yes, sir. I say he's crazy and I like it. I like it just a little bit. But yo, seeing lawyer guy come in and just like destroy everybody, I said, first off, your final event is a little too strong. I need you to kind of dial that back like five notches. Because there's no way you should be able to take out a whole room of riders like that. And I think I don't know how I feel about Shinji. That's his name, Shinji. I mean, not that I don't know how I feel about him, but he's cool. I like him, but not yet. Hold on, I'll save that for later. But he's. I'll save it for later. I'll save it for later. That's something for a later episode.
I think Shinji's fine. We have a lot of writers this season.
Yeah.
And they have killed off one. So I think we're up to 6 or 7 writers, but that's a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they are doing some kind of backstory for some of them. June, I think, got what he deserved, so no tears crying over here. Like,
oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I was ready for him to go.
Yeah.
So Takashi being the replacement is just like, okay, how long are they going to push that? We'll see. But I think it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, what's I about to say? I will say the guy who does the fortune telling stuff, I want to know his motivations outside, like why he wants to stop the fighting.
Yeah.
Like why he got approached. Because if everybody else is getting approached because they want their wish to come true, like what is his wish? I don't know if they touched on that.
Yeah.
Per se. But I do find him curious.
Yep.
I will say also, having seen them all together in one room, we can talk about their character designs also.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character design out of the 6 we've seen so far?
Well, we might have to do that. Well, we'll have to do a ranking at the end. But out of the 6 that we've seen so far, Ryuki is pretty up there. I don't really like the Rhino's look. I think the character designs are pretty cool, but if I had to rank them, Knight is cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember Tezuka's design. He's got the... Oh no, he's got like a little stingray. He looks cool too.
Yeah, the pink one.
Yeah. So I think they all look pretty good. I think I would have to give it to Ryuki.
Really? The dragon?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Knight is pretty cool, but I think Ryuki having the eyes and everything, I think that... Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably number 1 right now. Zoltan's pretty cool too, but it's just a little too robotic.
Yeah. Solda's the green one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I think I would put Ryuki up there too. I think, but number 1 for me is actually Crazy Man Viper.
The Viper?
Yeah, I kind of like his outfit. I'm not gonna lie. His suit's pretty tough. His suit's pretty tough. I said, oh man, why do you gotta have a cool suit? So yeah, the Rhino guy I'd probably put at the bottom. Him and also the other one that got out off.
Oh yeah, immediately. I forget what his suit looked like, but
yeah. Which is probably says a lot, so he's probably down there with Rhino Man. But the Stingray, I like the Stingray. The Stingray suit rubs me strangely. It's like I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite, I would say. So I think I like the green one over Rhino. So I'd probably put it as like the Viper, Ryuki, Knight, the green guy, Stingray. and then
Yeah.
Rhino and whoever the other dude is. So yeah, I agree with that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, with that, we can write off the week with episode 20, The Traitorous Ren. Uragiri no Ren. Uragiri no Ren.
What is going on with Ren,
So we start off with Oja and Ryuki fighting back and forth. And then it begins to look like June is gone. Gone. Oja says he will kill Ryuki next because he kind of annoys him. Asakura leaves the mirror world and is surrounded by police. But then Ren suddenly shows up and picks him up in a stolen police car, and then they run off. Kitoka ends up getting visited by Shiro, and then told that Kamen Rider Guy had died, and that Kitoka might want to hurry things up because he might be running out of time. Shinji, we cut back to Shinji, and then he keeps trying to call Rin, but doesn't get through to him. Meanwhile, Kamen Rider Guy's monster starts running wild in the city and destroying people that are just driving around or in their cars. Tezuka is going around trying to do Yui, or no, he's at the cafe trying to do Yui's fortune. But when he does try to get a reading, he gets nothing. And then he's like, that's odd. That shouldn't be happening. Meanwhile, Yui is actually still looking through all of the notes she got from the guy that knew a lot about the laboratory. And then she finds an image of a house and some film that kind of triggers some memories. This is while Oba-chan, or the aunt, is trying to talk to Tezuka, and she's like trying to set Yui up with everybody and then trying to figure out what's going on. And then she says that it's okay if he's like a sham or something like that, because he can't read her fortune. So she's a pretty good crack up. We cut back to the main story, and then we have Reiko in a car still trying to chase after Takashi. And then she ends up calling in the location that she sees to order a journal. But Shinji is there and gets the information, and he's like, okay, I'm going to head out and investigate. And then he starts heading that way. He passes, or no, I don't think he passed the car, but Takashi gets, Rin pulls up beside Takashi, and then we cut to another scene, and then the car crashes into kind of off a road, and then it explodes. And then Shinji shows up just that time, and he's like, what happened? And then he hears like a noise from the mirror world and looks inside of a mirror, and he sees Kamen Rider Oja there. And he's like, oh, he escaped the mirror world. So he transforms, heads to fight him. But as Shinji is about to beat down Oja, Rin suddenly starts attacking him mid-fight, and then kind of knocks him down. But that's where the episode ends off. What'd you think?
First off, I don't know what's going on with Ren, man. Like, dude, one, stole a cop car and then helped out Oja. And I'm just like, bro. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's happening? And then, like, as they're driving, he shows him the deck. I'm like, okay. Maybe you're trying to run a 1v1. And I was like, in that case, that tracks. That seems to align with your character, although I thought we were making some improvement, some development. But okay, maybe you're backtracking because you hit your head. Who knows? So, we have that happen, and then obviously Oja's like, yo, we're supposed to like fight each other. And he's like, yeah, duh. And then he throws a flare out. A smoke grenade?
Nah, yeah, it's like a flare, and that gives him enough cover, I guess. At first I was like, yo, they're just gonna escape the cops with one flare. But then when they cut back and the cops are still chasing them, I was like, okay. I guess they're just doing it to try to get some space.
Maybe.
So
Yeah, that definitely threw me for. I was like, these cops are giving up way too easy. They said we don't get paid enough for all this. It's like,
yeah,
okay. I was like, hey, I mean, I can respect the honesty, but but I thought that was I thought Ren's connection with uh, uh, Raja, Roja,
Takashi
yes, him is
Oja,
interesting.
Kamen Rider Oja.
Oja is what it was. Um, when Shikigami, when what's his name, Shinji, when Shinji was in the office working on his write up, and then his boss dude just comes over and it's like, yeah, no, we're gonna delete that. And then they get the call, and he's like, yeah, he's like, who? And then he runs over, he's like, location. He's like, yeah, I'll be right there. And then he leaves, and then they're like, is he actually doing his job properly? And then she's like, yeah, it makes me feel lonely. He's like, what you mean by that? I was like, dang, that's shade. I was like, that's mad shade.
Yeah,
But he was doing a lot though. He was doing a lot when he was doing his little massage thing. I was like, bro, you're at work, bruh. But anyways, when Shinji is on the way and he's heading over there, when we see that Ren passes Taka Shomi Takashi, what's his
Takashi.
name? Takashi on the highway on his bike, and then like you see him look over and look at like his mirror on his bike. I was like, what's about to happen? Are they about to go into the mirror world as they're moving in vehicles? And then you see Ren pull off. I was like, oh, maybe not. I don't know if I noticed it or anything like that, but after seeing him be in the mirror world, I wonder if they like took him out of the car and just had the car going straight after he passed by. Because if so, that's amazing detail, attention to detail. So I want to go back and watch that and see if that actually happened. Um, but when you see that, Shinji catches up to Ren and sees him in the mirror world, I was like, oh, it's on and popping. And then we get to see my two favorite writers in terms of looks in this show go head to head, and honestly their character designs seem pretty similar. Like their monsters seem pretty similar in design and whatnot, like the cobra and the snake and the dragon. I was like, oh, they're similar. And then their swords look pretty similar. I was like, maybe they're destined rivals. So I was like, yeah, they're like Yuji and Mojito. Yes. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I want to see the rest of this fight. Although Ren is getting in the way. I don't know what's up with Ren. Yeah. Yeah, I need some answers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get Ren's going through a lot, but still, like, I mean, it's a deep story beat, so I think they're giving it the attention it deserves. Don't like it, but I don't think you're supposed to like it.
Yeah.
And then the way they kind of leave off at the episode is just like, all right, I need a conclusion to this. I need to know what happened. So next
Yeah.
episode, please. But I think they're doing a good job so far, um, keeping me interested, answering some questions, but not all questions I have. So it's
Yeah.
like more mysteries. I think they're doing a good job. I like it.
What are you looking forward to seeing next? Like, do you think that like do you think that Yui is gonna see her brother and have a conversation, or do you think like Ren is gonna I don't know, or like the Ren and Shinji thing? Like, what are you looking forward to seeing next as far as anything?
Um, there's too many writers. I don't know if they'll ever get to the point where they're back kind of on the same team fighting the monsters. Um, but that's kind of what I would like to see. This writer fighting each other isn't that interesting to me, but
Mhm.
I don't think it's horrible. So we'll see. I'll give them a little bit more time to see where they're going to go with it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I can kind of agree. Like, I would want something to happen definitively between the writers. Like, I wouldn't want it to be like every single writer is still there. Like, I would want one of like the good guys, like one of the main characters to have something happen to them that
Yeah.
takes them out of it. the fight. So
which is going to be kind of hard because they're all kind of want different things and only one person can get it. So it's definitely, hopefully we'll see how they can land it. But and see, there's more questions about what's going on exactly, what they're supposed to be doing, and who wants them to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. We got a lot to see. Honestly, I'm excited. I hope that we get to see Yui meet her brother, and they have like a talk. And I hope she asks the hard hitting questions that we need answered.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I guess we'll find that out in the next. Well, hopefully we'll find it out by the end of the season.
Yep.
So.
But I think that's all for this week's Kyoudai Ai. And that's the end of Kamen Rider Ryuki for this week. As always, we will be here next week, same place, same time. Join us then. As always, we may not have much money. We may not have much time. But there's one thing we do have a lot of. And that is...
members on the Council of Jabber.
Oh, I was going to go number writers in this season, but yeah, I guess they both
were.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, man, we have way too many writers in this season. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Let's go with that. Catch you next week. Peace. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...